suicide. And teenagers are so sensitive, it's not safe to let them read her poems. Better ban Shakespeare too, hadn't we? All that murder and adultery. And Milton. We all know Satan has the best arguments. As for restoration drama, you know, if you policemen had your way, no one would read or write at all.
I'm not here as a policeman.
Yes, I'm sorry. It's just that one hears that point of view so often these days, and it's so crass.
She and I used to discuss the books you set her. Wilfred Owen last time. We both like Wilfred Owen.
Oh, that was the spring term, actually.
Was it? Well, I don't get over as often as him. Browning now. When did you do Browning? She couldn't be doing with him. Whereas I suppose because he comes in the crosswords.
Marilyn took a very balanced view of Plath, as a matter of fact. She was able to discuss the poems quite separately from the life of the poet. I really can't believe there was any connection.
What will her friends say when they hear?
I don't know. Personally, I don't think I could find the words to... The head's going to make an announcement at the end of classes.
Right, come on then.
You mustn't mind my husband, Sergeant. It's only because he's so upset. He likes his music.
Don't they all? And their shoes. You should see my daughters.
Oh, you've got kids then?
A boy and a girl.
Oh, we've just the one.
And he really never stays out without telling you?
Only the once. He and his mates have been to some disco in Slough. They often go there on Saturdays. He'd miss the last bus, but even then he rang to say.
Girlfriends? Your husband seems to
No
think...
one special. He's serious, a serious boy. Charlie only talks like that because
There's no
he's...
trouble there.
They get on very well, really. Charlie just gets so worried about things.
There's no way under the roof, is there? A lot of missing kids, they're just hiding somewhere in the house.
He's not here. The constable looked. I think you should search the Ruffets. He sometimes walks there when he's in a mood. He could have had a fit. Well, anything.
We'll have a look tomorrow morning. But I expect he'll have turned up by then.
Hi, if it's good news, leave a message. If it's bad, forget it.
We're getting there. I like that one. I like that one a lot.
Have you sorted the bigger rig for Friday?
Yep. I spoke to Rob.
It just wasn't loud enough.
Relax. It'll all be sorted for Friday. This is wicked, guys. Cheers. Wicked. You've done a good job. Can you guys do without Sally for tonight? We've got some business.
Yeah, we're going up the Angel House.
Yeah. All right, see you all tomorrow then.
See ya.
Listen, guys, I really appreciate this. Cheers. See you later.
Bye. What? What business?
Your place or mine?
Come on, put it on.
Where's Mum?
Down the wine shop, translating. It's Cyprus Sherry Week.
So who got your tea, Lynn?
Gran!
Marvellous. Lynn! Turn that down, for God's sake!
It's taught to ask for things, not yell.
She can't hear unless I shout, can she? Well, it's worse than Morse's bloody opera.
Bitch!
Lynn! Turning this place into a disco!
Gran! It's Wogan! See what happens when you don't set an example?
You shouldn't be watching that rubbish, mate. You should be doing your homework.
Done it!
Yeah, well, I haven't done mine, so can we please have a bit of peace and quiet? Lynn!
What?
What's your homework?
Personal and social development, and I've done it.
Okay, quiet, everybody, quiet! So, you all know about these. But the head doesn't know you're all out at night and day like I do. He thinks you need a refresher. And I don't have to tell you why, do I? Well, but the message, it seems, isn't getting through to the people most at risk. Which means you, with your insatiable young lusts. We adults never experienced, of course.
Where do we come from, then?
All right, Simon. What's this? Who are you?
I was looking for Vicky Wilson. Terrible thing.
Thanks.
Terrible for the family and her friends, of course. You must be... We can't understand it, Vicky. None of us can. Can you? Did she give any sign?
Never.
You were her great friend. I was hoping you might be able... I don't know what goes on these days, you see. I don't have any children of my own, and that class of yours, sex education...
It's called personal and social development.
Is it?
You don't think we should learn about sex?
No, I think it's a good thing, but there wasn't anything like that in my day. At my school, grammar school, it was all boys, of course.
Well, some things have changed for the better then.
Oh, yes, yes, a lot. But being 15, 16, 17, I imagine it's still pretty difficult.
Marilyn never did anything she didn't want.
Her mother and father, they think that she didn't have a special boyfriend, but did she? Someone here, perhaps?
Have you seen the boys at their school?
What about you?
No, thanks.
Do people respect you for that, Vicky?
Some do and some don't. I think it's just common sense.
Was she ever depressed?
No. Well, aren't we all sometimes?
Had she been recently?
Not especially.
You're not being very helpful, Vicky. Is it because I'm old? You think I'm too old to understand?
Understand what?
You were almost the last person to talk to her. She must have said something, given some indications.
She didn't. She didn't say anything.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to say anything, Lewis, not yet, but there are reasons why you complete the interviews before you do the search.
I think the Leavers have a hunch.
Everyone who comes into a police station has a bloody hunch. That's why you have procedures. 9 times out of 10, the interviews save you wasting time and money.
Yeah, well, that's what
I realise that to Moss and his like, these are not considerations which apply. But if you want to get on...
I can thread a needle. Look! I might even take up needlework again. I used to be very good with cushions. I could even do tapestry.
A couple of months ago, that old lady could barely feed herself.
Very impressive.
Thank you, Dr. Hallett.
I'm afraid I always seem to be cast as the wet blanket on these occasions. And it does occur to me that these nootropic drugs... Sirenics, is it?
Seraphics. And I have trademarked the name.
Very well. Seraphics. They are new.
They could hardly be otherwise. I've only just invented them.
My point is Dr. Collier is testing these drugs entirely in accordance with the proper guidelines. Of course, I wouldn't dream of suggesting anything else. But he is testing them on old people.
They are designed for old people.
We have to be very careful about committing ourselves to a drug whose long-term effects are, by definition, impossible to discover. Ethically, that is. And as businessmen, well, I don't think I have to remind anyone here of a certain anti-inflammatory drug or of the size of the compensation payments that had to be paid.
There's no similarity whatever. Really, Hallett, you know that as well as I do.
In my view, no responsible pharmaceutical company can commit itself to seraphics till much greater research has been completed.
Train driver never saw him.
Jumped in front at the last moment.
Could have had an attack, fallen down.
Oh, come on, Lewis. The hell was he doing in there? You saw the body. Is there any note? Always better when there's a note. Makes it easier for the coroner.
Could have blown away somewhere.
Yes, well, you like the mother so much you can go and tell her her hunch was right. Come on.
Give information about individual callers.
Oh, no.
People wouldn't trust us.
No, I suppose...
Sit.
It's just that,
She gave no sign of anything at home, you see.
Oh, you do have to recognise the signs for what they are, of course.
Isn't it, for most people anyway, isn't it more a gesture?
Depends. Tea?
Please.
If you take a few aspirin and leave farewell messages with all your friends, you may not have a very serious intention to do away with yourself. But no note. And 100 pills.
I suppose if it had just been a gesture, she'd have wanted to be there to see its success. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense.
Suicide very rarely does, Mr. Morse. That's why we are here. Would you like to talk it through with someone?
You said rarely, so it can make sense.
Was she religious at all?
No.
Belief in an afterlife does stop some people. It stopped me when I was very low. Oh, yes, some of us have been there, Mr. Morse. In my case, I thought I might be punished if I arrived, wherever it was, before I was invited. But if I'd thought life on Earth was all there was, well, it can be hell on Earth sometimes, can't it?
Why should she think that? She had a wonderful life. Marvelous future.
No one ever knows what goes on inside someone else's head. And someone once told me the average teenager in any 24-hour period shows symptoms of every known psychiatric illness.
Are there many cases like this, then? Absolutely without explanation.
You seen this? Very similar. A girl, Leighton Buzzard. Again, no note. There always is an explanation. In the end.
Hi, Desmond. Just go for a post-mortem. Whenever you're ready. See you.
Charlie, it's Vicky. Listen, can you call me, please? Something really awful's happened. It's terribly important. As soon as possible, please. The number's 0344 300 575. Please. Oh, not after 11 because of my mum.
You went to Leighton Buzzard? That's outside our area.
It's a very similar case. Teenage suicide, just like our two. No note, no reason.
You don't think it could be one of these crazies, do you? Like those turtle things? Well, you just better keep on asking around. Although, strictly speaking, your personal interest should preclude you from any involvement. You do realise that, do you?
I'll pretend I'm still on leave, if you like.
No, as long as it's not an actual relation. Kids. They're as bad as Special Branch. You never know what the blighters are up to.
We were all young once.
I can't imagine you young, Morse.
I can imagine you.
Anyway, it's all changed. And kids nowadays. You just don't know. My son, he's got a face like an angel. Takes after his mother. And you know what he was doing while we thought he was out playing football? Holding up cars at traffic lights and demanding money with menaces for cleaning the windscreens.
Innocent enough?
You call that innocent, lying to us like that? No, you don't know, Morse. Kids are creatures from another planet.
If I need an interpreter, Lewis has kids.
Oh, Lewis is still with Holroyd. Well, I'd like to find something for him to do till he retires. And I wasn't expecting you back for days yet.
Well, I'm back now.
okay, Mum?
Oh, no. You all right?
Yeah, I'm just a bit tired, that's all. I'm going to go upstairs and lie down.
Tea?
Later, thanks.
Charlie?
Vicky? Sorry, darling, I didn't realise you were on the phone.
Mum, will you stop listening in on my